Okay, what does it mean to live a liminal lifestyle? I think it means to unconsciously be upon the threshold of two existential planes. Wait, no, that sounds way too preachy. Try again. What does it mean to live a liminal lifestyle? I think it means to occupy an existence in between life, in an area outside the prevailing forces which surround us. Okay, that makes no sense. Fuck. Try again. What does it mean to live a liminal lifestyle? I think it means to live a life of contrast, functioning in a realm between what you want and what others want. Okay, yeah, that's what being liminal means.
Finally finished classes after like 5 hours of street class, and I'm super tired, and it's very exhausting. And I wonder if everyone else feels this way about school. Like those people that are really into school, I really wonder if they like going and they like doing it, because I'm pretty sure if I was, baking and cooking all day at culinary school, I would like it and I would like going. But when I come here, I'm just so tired and so drained and done, and I get to go home now. So before I came to UBC, I actually didn't want to go to university, but I kind of already knew it was in my destiny to go to university, as my parents had often told me. So I had to choose between SFU or UBC. There was only two choices. There was no other choice. I wasn't allowed to go to UVic, even though I had a full scholarship there and everything. So I chose UBC based on nothing more than I liked the name better, and it was further away from my house. So that's why I decided to come here. And I major in Asian studies, but to tell you the truth, I have no interest in Asia, never have. It's just that the courses that I took in first year, most of them fell into the Asian studies category. So that's why I just took it, because for elementary school teaching, you just need a major. It doesn't have to be a teachable major. And actually, before coming to UBC, I was also going to be a journalist instead of teaching. But it's so competitive in English that I couldn't keep up with it, so I had to switch out. And I'm glad that I decided to be a teacher instead of a journalist, because I honestly don't think that I could do it. So in high school, I could kind of fake the whole I'm an academic type thing. And I got good grades, always 90s and above or whatever, but once I came to university, I felt like because my parents weren't as controlling, I was able to kind of do school the way I wanted to. And I try to be diligent still, do my homework, but at the end of the day, it's me, going to bake after I feel stressed, not going to do calculus or writing a book. That's not it. It's I go to bake, and that's my thing, and I think it forever will be, and I never have to force it as I do when I come here.
If you stay real long, some things will never go.
I love baking. It's actually what I wanted to do as a career, but then my parents said that I had to go to school and do something that requires a degree, a real degree as they call it. So that's why I never actually got to go to culinary school, but I plan to in the future. I want to open up like my own online bakery, My big thing to bake, I love baking cupcakes. That's like one of my favorite things. If you guys have, if you've ever watched Cake Boss, I really want to be like him. That would be a dream to do that. I don't bake as often as I would like to, probably maybe once a month or so, but I usually have to get special permission from my mom to use her kitchen. That's why I don't really bake that much.
So your mom never lets you cook in your own kitchen?
Barely ever. Now, like this year specifically, she's let me use my own kitchen a little more, but maybe at Christmas, maybe she would let me, but not on a regular basis for sure. Because A, she thinks I should be studying instead of baking, and then B, she hates it when we mess up her kitchen. When I was really young, my relationship with my mom, I loved seeing my mom. She even started working part-time instead, so that she could spend more time with us. But as I got older, especially when I hit around 10 years old, it got bad. We were close, and she was just really, really strict. It was a lot of rules all the time, and mainly with school, I had to be the best. She wouldn't let me hand in my own work. She would have to edit every single thing, and there were nights when I didn't go to bed till 2 o'clock in the morning when I was like 11 years old, because everything needed to be perfect. I remember this one time I didn't have the date written on some assignment, and it was 3 o'clock in the morning. She comes and wakes me up to tell me to go put it on. And I don't know how she even knew there wasn't the date on it, but I think she went through my backpack and went to go check to make sure. So yeah, it hasn't been the easiest. I don't really know too much about my mom's childhood, but what I do know is that when her mom, she wasn't really into having children. She didn't want children in the first place, and I think my mom kind of felt a little bit neglected, and that's why she's so strict with me and my sister, because she wants to show that she's a mom and that kind of thing. But I think sometimes she may not necessarily know how to be the proper mom because she never had a good figure. And her dad, her dad was a good dad, she said, but he wasn't like the super loving, nurturing type. It was more like, this is your job, go and do it type thing.
In sum, liminality is not a lack of order in one's life, or the result of an absence of structure. To lead a liminal lifestyle is to lead a life of balance. It's knowing what you want, what you need, and knowing who helped you get there. But then again, to be liminal is also to be ambiguous. There is always the pain of failure, the shock of disappointment, and the fear of the unknown lurking behind every corner. I think the best way to lead a liminal lifestyle is like you would drive on a road at night. Sure, there are hidden dangers everywhere, and that douchebag texting his girlfriend may blindside you, but you can only base your actions on what you can readily determine, or what you have control over. You tend to be your own biggest critics on this matter. I guess the only thing you can ask yourself is, are you happy?
Yeah, I'm definitely happy, for sure. You know, I'm very, very fortunate. You know, my parents paid for school, and I don't have to worry about, you know, student loans and that kind of thing. So, and I'm really thankful to get an education. You know, other places in the world, you can't get that. And I can have my education, and I can eat my cake too. So, I think it's, yeah, I'm really happy.